Yo, ratings, this is garthrs, the tireless adventure with episode 2 shot the second time because for some strange reason the first time it didn't pick up any audio. Fairly certain it was my setup that I used in the software I'm using to record. That was my fault, all mine. So let me go over a few things that have changed. We got migrants. We got two children. And a hunter and a fisher. So we have basically two fishers and a hunter now. What I did with the children, because people get run off with all the time, is I created a burrow, which you do with the letter W. You added a new burrow called inside. Define this burrow. You can change the name. And what I did is when I was done, I hit the enter key and got back to here, this side right here, and then I added the children to the burrow, which means you can't go outside. You have to stay in that burrow. So that's what they did. Also dug out these four things right here, and I moved cloth here, leather here, gems here, and pretty much everything else went over here. There's still some gems over in this area that need to get moved over. But as you can see, the gem stockpile is fairly full, so I'll need a few more bins before any more gems will fit in there. This is a furniture stockpile. This is just things that the craftsman is making. Let's see, I also made a butcher shop because there was a crow. It was just sitting there forever, and I didn't know if the guy needed a butcher shop to cut it down. Built a trade depot. We built a bridge. Let's see, what else did we do? I think we scoped out this right here. We still haven't started with that level yet. This is basically just a lot of management. These first few episodes is going to be a lot of management. So honestly, you didn't miss anything other than my very witty repertoire. Or repertoire? Repartee? But what is it when you say things? In the comments below if you know the answer to that. Also in the comments of episode 1, if you want a dwarf name, make sure you put it in episode 1 so that I'll find it. Because if you put it anywhere else, it's going to take me too long to look for it. So just go ahead and put it in episode 1. You'll be fine. There'll be a link in the description to episode 1 where you can put your names in. And let's see. A couple things I wanted to touch on to make sure you guys knew about if you didn't. If you go to your hunter, which is right here, this guy right here, he's currently storing an item in stockpile. And you look at his inventory, you see he has a quiver. You hit enter on that quiver, you'll see he has 5 bolts remaining out of how many ever that it was. You have to go into your orders under the forbid, capital F, and toggle this from forbid to claim used ammunition. So he'll go pick them up, which is good. You want him to do that. You want them to do that. Okay, also, under refuse, you want to toggle gather refuse from outside. That way they'll pick up everything that drops outside, except for vermin remains, like toads and bees and stuff like that. So that is it. So let's go ahead and go back to this number 1. This has been dug out. There's so much sphalerite and right there. I literally need to get started smelting this junky dunk. Now, you'll notice that I built downstairs right here that go down. These are up downstairs that go down this way, but these just go down. But as you can see, I have a whole bunch up top here. So what I plan on doing is having a separate branch. Hey, we got kittens and now we got puppies. I'm going to have a separate branch that goes up. And these guys are effectively going to be, I say somewhat isolated, but I don't want the two fortress areas connected. I think that just, I think it'd be fun to have like two separate things. All right, so we got our bedrooms set there. Should be 11 of them there. 6 and 5 is 11. Now this whole thing isn't 100 bedrooms. It's like 90. I did the math. So let's get to that was right there. Okay. And this larger bedroom right here is going to be, of course, for like a nobleman. Hey, we had kittens again. Kittens. We have 1 kitten, 2 kittens, 3 kittens. Nice. All right, so the hen and the roosters will eventually produce eggs for us, but what we have to do is come over here to the crafts dwarf and make a rock nest box. And we're going to make 3 of them because we have 3 hens. I think we have, or do we have 2? We only have 2, but that's fine. And hens are one of those animals who don't really need grass. So I could totally come like right here and dig this out to about right there and just put the hens in that area, which I think I'm going to do. I think we're going to do that. Yeah, baby. Oh, hey, the yak cow has given birth to a yak calf. That's great. And that yak calf, let's check the gender on it. It is a female yak calf. You do not want to let a yak bull calf, a male yak calf, grow to adulthood and stay an adult for a while, because they will fight. Even like a yak bull calf will fight. So you gotta be rememberful. You got to be mindful of that. That's important. This guy just fell asleep right in the middle of the little dimple cup patch. He's like, dude, we eat that food. Don't sleep there. I know what you do when you sleep. Well, and I don't know if I told you guys this. Well, I don't think I did it in the first episode. But this right here, this bridge, is just in case we get a caravan or migrants over here, because they won't be able to cross, and they'll just walk around in circles until... Because there's, I mean, even if they come up here, there's absolutely nothing they can do to get across. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. That's why those are there. What is this here? Oh, that's weird. It's like a little dimple. It's a dimple. Yeah, these are like arrows, are like inclines, ramps, or whatnot. All right, so you know what? I'm kind of paranoid, so I'm going to cut it here, and then I will make sure the audio is working. Give me a second. Audio is working. I am happy to report that the audio is working. That's what I'm happy about. Okay. Hey, cat got stung again. Yeah, sting that cat. We're going to have kitty biscuits here in a little while. Making 4 more bins. We could probably make a few more tables. Let's make 4 tables and 4 thrones. And... I should probably do it. What do I need here? Let's just make 2 more mechanisms, just in case. Alright. Nest boxes are getting maketified. Let's get rid of that one, because I only need 2. And let's make 2 more drinks. That should totally work. Alright, so BWN, Tanner's Workshop. I'm going to move the Tanner's Workshop right here. We're going to make it out of rock salt as well. That way, we're not wasting those leathers, as it were. Anyways, when the ranger comes back with a kill, he'll take it to the butcher table and butcher it. And if it requires a butcher table to butcher, that is. And then he'll take whatever kind of skin over to the tanners and tan the hide. Tan that hide! And as you can see from my zone here, Stray Cat is getting... They're getting a lot of stingings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guys. I'm going to move this and go up 1 and over 2, like that. And then I will put the yak's calf and the yak bull and the yak cow there. And then I will move the cats over here. Yeah, and I don't think they'll kill anything. If they do, I'll just have to slaughter them. Slaughter them. Yeah, we're free. Tanner's Workshop has been built. That's how it is. Alright, now we have drink, we have food. It's going to be working. Just great. Just great. Alright, stocks. Do we have ammunition? Okay, 10 bolts. Now there was an F next to that, which looks like that, which means forbid. And I turned that off so that they would actually actively go get them, which I believe they have already done. But you can actually forbid things you don't want people messing with, so that works out. Alright, so let's go ahead and build those nest boxes. I don't have a nest box yet. I have 2 idlers. No idlers. Although I did have 2 just for a second. Just for a second. Alright, I have to go in here and turn these bins off. Turn those bins off. Because I don't want any bins. I'll just put 2 bins in there. I don't want any bins in places where bins are wasted. You know what I mean? Now he's going to go pick up all the gems. I want bins here. There's no bins. That's why they're not getting any. Ah! That's why they kept walking right. I wonder why they kept walking right past that stockpile, because it didn't freaking. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, Cooper Magnet's playing War Thunder. That's frustrating. Anyway, let's see. They're all done with that. So you know what? Let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's do this right here. The midget is going to be in here any second. I can hear her running around. And that, usually when she's running, it means in a few seconds or minutes she's going to be bursting into the 5th room with super news. Hey, what's up, midget?
Can you help me make some toast with bread on for Mama?
Toast with bread for Mama? Yes, I can do that. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We had a request from upstairs, so we had to hook Mama up. She's come home sick with something, so I got her sequestered away upstairs. Because I don't want to get sick. All right, we've struck citrine. There's going to be a lot of that stuff. And it'll take them a few minutes to dig that out. So we should be good. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this now since I have 2 extra guys. I'm going to come up to my miners, and I'm going to toggle their hauling labors. I have 2 extra dudes now, so that's good. We'll go ahead and commit that right there. And this should make us just a little more, as one of my old bosses used to say, this should make us a little more money. And you see these guys are actually collecting all these into bins, which gives me a whole lot more room here.
More migrants.
More migrants! More migrants! Let's go ahead and turn that back on, because it pauses when they get here. So we'll go ahead and read doors. Oh, we got 5 this time, and only 1 kid, which is good. All right, we got 1 mason and 1 stone detailer, which is good. We got a miller, which is not really that important. We got a tanner, where I can turn this tanning off on that guy. We got a beekeeper, which is good because we have bees. And I do have another brewer, which ought to be handy. So there's a lot of farmers in this one, and a mason. All right, we could totally do this. That's great. This is great. This is good news. This is good news. Good news. All right. So I could probably designate a few more trees to get cutified. So let's go up a little bit and go over 3. There we go. Yeah, that should do it. Now you notice that these yaks ate the ground out. I mean, literally, they just devoured it. So you got to make sure you have a lot of room for yaks and cows and horses, because they eat more than the little animals do. Alright, so bee nest box right there. I accidentally hit armor stand, nest box right there, and we only have the 2. So we're waiting for the creation of the 3rd one, which, oh, we only need 2. Never mind. That was because we only had 2. So we come over here and we put our zone in. Actually, let's do the zone there. Make it a pen and pasture, and we'll put the hen rooster in there. And they should get moved over relatively quickly. And when they do get moved over, they will claim the nest boxes, and they'll start laying eggs in it. See, there's one getting put in. Alright. She has claimed a nest box. That might be a rooster. That's a stray hen, and that's a stray hen. But if you go in there, it says this nest box is claimed by stray hen tame. There you go. Booyah. And there's the second nest box, which was instantly claimed. So now they should be laying eggs. See, the guy just went in there to pick some eggs out. Now, if we go into our stockpile, or our Z, reports, or wealth, or whatever, and you go to kitchen, you can actually go into there and you can toggle whether or not to collect these. If you turn this off, they will not collect the eggs. and the eggs will be allowed to hatch into chicks, which you could slaughter. But I like the eggs because we can cook them. We can use them as parts of meals. So I think that's going to work out pretty good. So we'll definitely have food for that. So we have 200 food. We have no meat, no fish. We have 50 drinks. We should have a few drinks queued up here. Let's queue up 4. That should do it. And we'll come down here. Oh my God, look at this. See what I'm talking about? They don't dig in any kind of straight line. He's like, he's like over here, loop-de-loop, and come on. They don't dig in any kind of, it doesn't make any sense at all. I wish they would dig like, left to right, up to down. But I guess they do it so it's a little more realistic. But who knows? Who knows, man? All right, so how many beds do we have? Do we have any beds? We need beds. Do we have any doors? We need doors. So let's go upstairs. And we'll queue a few of those up in either. So we'll just fill this up with beds. And then, yeah, once you learn the hotkeys to this game, oh, he's still doing that. Once you learn the hotkeys to this game, it gets a whole lot easier. The hotkeys are really awesome. So the hotkeys are the bomb. You can do almost anything with hotkeys. Almost anything. You know what I could do? I'm going to install a restraint, which is V, as in Victor. I'm going to put a restraint right there. And then once they put that in, I'm going to assign a dog to it. That'll keep things from... Oh, I have another child I need to add to the burrow. I'll show you guys how I did that now. All right, inside is a default selected because it's the top one. Hit C, and then select Dwarven Child, and then you're done. So now that kid will stay inside. Yeah, and basically with the burrows, I've selected it through multiple levels. As you can see, I pre-selected where I was going to dig, and now that I've dug it out, the burrow exists. So that's how you do that. That's how you handle your business. All right. So now those kids will stay inside. They will do things as well. If you look down the bottom right-hand corner here, I have 9 adults, 2 children. I don't know why it says 2 children. I should have 3 children. What is this? Why is it only 2? I wonder what this is. Do I have 11 total? I have 16 total. I wonder what these guys are. I wonder what this is down here. I don't know. I thought that was the dwarf count, but I guess it's not because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't match up. It does not match up. I'm going to have to figure it. If you know what that is, let me know. I will totally look into it over. All right, so we have more doors that we can add here. I need to add 4 more doors. We got the tables, we got the chairs, we got the beds, we got buckets, we got pots, we got 70 drinks. I'm going to add 3 more in there. There gets a point, usually in my fortress, where I have somebody churning out drinks nonstop and churning out meals, prepared meals nonstop, just literally until I have thousands of beverages and foodstuffs. Something like I forgot this. Go to the kitchen. I believe. Yeah, we're good. You don't want to cook or brew your seeds or spawns. It's very important because that's what you use to replant. That's what you use to replant. All right, we should be getting a merchant late autumn. Yeah, we should be getting a merchant any day now. Any day. Man, they're digging that out quick. Dig it out quick. Alright, so come over here. What is this? Is this more rock salt? No, it's quartzite. What is quartzite? This is quartzite. Its base value is 3. That's not too shabby. I wonder what granite's base value is. Or rock salt. Let's go to rock salt. Base value is 3. Alright. This is probably 3 as well. Yep, it's 3. Okay, so it's not worth anything extra. If you're curious, the base value is like up here. I'll show you. Just like this, base value. That's what I've been doing. Yep. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another zone, because I'm starting to get some idlers. I'm going to take another zone, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to put this right here. Just a one space zone, and I'm going to turn it into a garbage dump. Now, before I do this, there's a couple things that I want to do. First of all, if you go to your miners, toggle cleaning, because dumping an item is considered cleaning. So toggle that to people you don't want dumping anything. And then we go down to this area, and I go D for designation, B for building and item properties, and then D for dump. And then I come like this, and I'm just going to dump. I'm just going to dump those and watch what happens. They run downstairs, and they pick them up, and they'll drop them off right here. It's a bit of a haul, and anybody who's not doing something will go do that. This is the bee's knees. This is the bomb. All right, so he's put it there, right? Now, if I go into D for designation, B for item properties, and then C for claim, you notice that this is green, because right now it's been dumped or forbidden. So now I just claim it, and when this guy needs, economic stone or non-economic stone that he can craft with, he'll just walk right over here and pick that up, which is faster. And I usually only do this dump stuff when I have an abundance of. Let's see if he'll do it. Where's he at? There he is right there. So let's go to V real fast. I'll show you this is something I like to do. This is my crafter under general. You see that? Make rock pot is what he's currently doing. So I'm gonna hit F on him right now, which turns the game unpaused and basically keeps it on him. Let's see where he goes for his next stone. He might be going on break. No, he went to pick that up all the way down there. I wonder why. Might be a certain type of stone he wanted, maybe? I don't know. Because that's quartzite. The other stuff is rock salt. We'll watch him one more time and see what he does. He's tired. The white down arrow is fatigue. Outpost, yes! A dwarven caravan has arrived. Right there. Oosh. Alright, so now that we actually have a caravan on the map that's headed over here, we have additional options on our trade post. Initially, if there's not a caravan or traders are not coming, you only have the bottom two options. This option right here disappears when the traders leave or when they first come on the map. From the time they first come on the map until they say we're leaving, you have that option right there. So let's go ahead and go to G, and we're going to go down to crafts, and we're just going to toggle every single one of these crafts that he's been spending the last 45, actually probably been like an hour and 15 minutes making. And then we hit escape and hit escape. Now anybody not doing anything up to and including dumping stuff. Alright, so capital D will remove the dump toggle on that, so I can go like that, and they'll leave those alone. And I come up here, DBC, and claim that. There's a few more people dropping those off, but yeah, see, the mason is doing it. He's running up here out of this stack right here. DBC. The mason ran up there to that stockpile, or that little pile. This is called quantum stacking. Effectively, it's like if you have a stone stockpile, it won't. You can only fit one stone per square. But if you do it like this, it's called quantum stacking, which basically, if you hit the K and you come over here and look at it, all of these things are in that square. Every single one of them. You see what I'm saying? So, it worked out. They have arrived and they are unloading their goods. Now remember, we went into the noble screen and added our broker, who was our broker fisherman. The broker fisherman, when you queue over the stockpile, it'll tell you what job your broker currently has. He is currently asleep. And usually after they sleep, they eat. Or right before they sleep, they'll eat. One of the two. Depends. It's a preference of the dwarf, I believe. So effectively what we need to do is get all of these to here as quickly as we can. As quickly as we can. Come on, dwarves. Run like the wind. I gotta go pick up my son from work in about half an hour. So he's got a job. Yay! So we can buy a car. What? Girl, that's right. My handsome son's about to be mobile. Yeah. He's good people. He's getting too much of a teenager for me, but yeah, it lasted a while, him being alright, I guess. I can't be too ungrateful. Let's see. Are we still carrying this stuff? And the good way you can tell is either by looking and seeing if they're carrying it, or you can actually hit Q and go over to here and hit G again, and then you'll see trading and then pending, which means it's still being carried. So let's see how many things we have left getting carried. Yeah, we have like 4 things getting carried, so we should just wait a little bit longer. Actually, we could probably summon our broker fisherman now. So we'll hit R, saying trader requested at depot, or depot, or depot, depot, trading depot, depot. It's difficult. Come on, dude. There you go. Let's see. And this 4th option doesn't become available until he actually shows up over here. See, and he went fishing. So usually what you have to do is you have to turn off the other jobs to get him to go do stuff. And then he'll go do it. And winter is upon you. Winter's at hand. Winter's at hand. It's saving. Saving for feeling so wintry. And when it's done saving, it'll automatically pause, and then I have to just unpause it. And this guy will eventually stop fishing. Did I commit changes? Not responding? What are you doing? Everything's not responding. Let's go over here. Fisherman. Still not responding. That's weird. I've never seen Dwarf Therapists do that before. So let's do it the old-fashioned way. If you don't like using Dwarf Fortress, there's always this one right here. Novice Fish Dissector. You can go into his labor. That's I believe this is how we're going to do this right here. I think it's miscellaneous. Combat. We'll toggle those off. And then his preferences. His labor. And we come down to other jobs. Oh, no, I don't want that one. It's fish and fish related. Okay, so they already are turned off on him. So he'll probably just going to finish that task and then he'll be done. And then he'll head over. Or he'll go on break. Or he'll go get a drink. Or he'll... What is that one they do? Item to stockpile. Okay, no, he went over there. All right, so now we're over there. All right. Trade at depot is his current job, and then we go to T for trade. Now you don't hit T again, and you use the enter key to turn these all on. I'm just going to trade the bins. I don't need the bins. So, and as you can see, your broker has to have the appraisal skill, or this basically is just all weights that you're looking at. You're not even looking at legitimate prices for things. You just kind of guess, which doesn't work. We'll get all these over here. All right, so effectively we have 2,960 value to get out of these guys. And these are dwarves, so the first thing we will look for is metal bars, which there doesn't seem to be any metal bars. Okay, second thing we want to look for, we're going to grab one green glass, and actually let's grab one green and one clear, and then we'll grab a couple of silty clays just in case. You always want to pick up cheap ropes because you can never have too many of them. Sheep wool ropes, let's get rid of that one. It's cheaper. Water, buffalo, leather. Okay, you can't always read them, so what you can do is hit V. You'll see the name up there. Leather, water, skin. V is in Victor, by the way. Steel piccolo, we don't want any of that. We don't want a copper trumpet. We don't want a copper cage. We could melt them down and get the copper out, but it's really literally not worth it. We're going to get so much copper from the tetrahydrite that we're not going to need it. So we get a couple of barrels, because barrels are good. So remember, don't hit T, because the instant you hit T, you're like, this is my trade. And he'll say, what? Okay. And basically, he'll take all this stuff, and you'll get these few things that you've marked over here. And if you've got everything marked over here and nothing marked over here, it's like, nice doing business with you. And he leaves with all your stuff, so be careful. A barrel. I don't know if we really need a barrel. Well, any more barrels, I should say. That's 3. That's not bad. Let's see. We got a couple of buckets. Ooh, cheap buckets. I love buckets. I'm hitting shift. I love buckets. And as you can see, the value of what we've grabbed versus the trader profit. You want to make sure you give your traders a fair profit, because if you don't give them a fair profit, they won't come back with such good stuff. All right, copper pick's not bad. We could totally use that. But I'm not going to take it. Steel warhammer, silver mace. We're looking for stuff that we can use. Iron breastplate would definitely be worth it. 300, let's take it. All right, now we're looking for greaves or high boot. Iron buckler's not bad. Let's take that iron buckler. Actually, let's not take the buckler. Let's take the shield. Steel cap I don't want. I would love to have it, but it's worth 1,200. So you want to take like iron and copper or bronze, cheap bronze if you can find it. All right, leather. We're going to grab one leather, just in case we get somebody gets a mood, and one cloth. Nothing else. Don't take any more than that unless you plan on doing a whole bunch with it. Don't take it. All right, silver bolts, crown, steel bolts, iron bolts. Gems, iron anvil. I believe we have an anvil. I'm fairly certain we have an anvil, but I'm going to grab another one just in case, because you can use 2. You probably won't, but worst case scenario, we can melt it down and get iron out of it. Let's see. We still kicking a profit of about 1,700, which is not bad from his point of view, his perspective, as it were. These are all food items. We don't really necessarily need food. We do need some thread and yarn. Actually, let's just take the cheap ones. Yeah, because you can use them for like stitching people up and junk. So that's good. Reindeer leather, we don't need any of that. Backpacks, quivers, menacing bronze spiky ball, spiked silver ball, large serrated weapon, basically. Trap weapon for traps. And there's a splint. We got a few of these. We might want to get a few more. Iron jug, we don't need that. Let's see. Okay, now we're back at the top. So we have effectively 1,700. So let's grab a little bit more because I don't want this fool getting over on us that much. So let's grab... There's a male dog. There's a goose. There's a llama. We can shear llamas. Let's grab that llama. Alright, we'll grab that llama. I'll tell you what. We'll give him 1,000 profit, give or take. That's what we'll do. Dwarven rum. Let's take some dwarven rum. And some dwarven ale. I don't need mule blood. That's kind of weird. No thank you. No thank you very much. Dwarven ale. Dwarven wine. A little bit more. Copper short sword? I don't know, man. Copper battle axe? Kind of expensive. It'll give us 2 wood choppers, though. Yeah, it'll definitely give us 2 wood choppers. Okay, let's grab some food. Come on now, grab some food. Oh, wait. Did I see Dimple Cup? Dimple Cup seed bag. Did I see that? No, I did not. Dimple Cup. There's Dimple Dye. It's not the same thing. Rock Nuts bag. Usually, if you buy a lot of something, they'll bring a lot of it next time. So make sure, you know, if you want something, make sure you buy it when they bring it. If you want them to keep bringing it, buy it when they bring it. Because if you don't buy it often enough, they'll just stop bringing it. Alright, goat meat. And prepared naked mole dog. And that puts us right there. So, okay. Basically, he's making a 3rd profit, which he should take. So let's go ahead and hit T. Thank you for your business. Alright. So now everything that was over here goes over here, and everything that was over here goes over here. Boom. Now when I get back to this screen, I hit R because I don't need them in this thing anymore. And then I can go back to this, which is still not responding. I'll just go ahead and shut that down. Dwarf Therapist, close the program. I don't even care about you anymore. I don't even care about you anymore. And then we can go to our U, to Fish Broker. Fisherman. And we can hit him up, and we can turn back on his fishing. So let's turn on fishing, fish cleaning, fish dissecting. So now he will actually do those jobs. And later I'll open up Dwarf Therapist again. That's how I roll. Later, by now, is what I mean. Later means now, people. And don't forget, we also want to turn back on his hauling. I don't care if he hauls, as long as he's not hauling while we're trying to get our trade on up in here. Alright, here's the liaison from the mountain homes. He's going to ask us a few things. This is the paperwork part of the leading a fortress of awesomeness. So let's go down here. It takes a second, because basically he follows you around until you answer. You can see this. Under units, outpost liaison, he's a diplomat. Go center on this creature. You see him right there? Right there, that's him. So let's follow him, see where he does. He's following this guy right here, because this guy right here is the expedition leader.
I fished all the fish there are. There's no more fish.
There's no more fish. So he's basically going to follow this leader around until he stops long enough to ask him a question. It's kind of funny. You can actually, because he'll start carrying all this stuff back. It usually takes a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the hauling labors on our leader, our fearless leader there. I'm going to turn off hauling labors, see what happens. There we go. He'll probably, there we go. Once he gets back to wherever he's at, he'll stop carrying junk. And now what's he going to do? He's probably going to go on break or go to sleep. Yeah. What are you doing? I'm trying to talk to you. Okay, begin discussion. All right, so this is the part where we actually ask them what we want. Okay, what I'd like these guys to bring is metal bars. And every single time I ask them to bring metal bars, I come down here to this right here, and I go, blip, 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 blip. Give me steel. I want steel. Pig iron is also kind of important, but not super important. Let's see. Sterling silver is not really that important. Bismuth, bronze, I don't really need any of that. So just steel and pig iron. That's the big thing that I asked for. Then I come down here to bodywear, and I say, bring me breastplates, helms, gauntlets, and high boots, and greaves. Ah, that's not what I want. Greaves. You notice I'm only putting one tick in the priority. Shields. Shields. Oh, boom. Alright, this up and down moves you in this section right here, the good type. Plus or minus moves you in the type. And then the left and right arrows toggle your priority. So let's go down here to powders. And let's, not that powder. This powder. Gypsum plaster. And also if you want seeds, you can also get it through this way as well. So let's go and let's get some more dimple cup seeds. Dimple cup seeds, or dimple cup spawns I should say. 1, 2. And then plump helmet spawns right there. There you go! Boom! That's what I'm talking about. And then hit escape and you're done. And then he'll, okay, and then he'll say, check the documentation. He's going over the paperwork right now. This is a boring process. Done! I don't know why he walks around while he does paperwork. Okay, look over a document. This is what the agreement is. These are the things, basic prices that we can look for. Now, because we've asked for steel and pig iron bars, they're going to tell us, well, we'll make sure it's on there, but it's going to cost you a little bit more because it's going to be taking up space. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what they're going to do. They're going to go through there and amp up the price on the things that we want because, well, they know we need them. So, and then when you're done looking at it, you just escape. There's nothing toggles on there. It's just only for review. All right, and then we'll finish peeking in, which I believe he will show me what they want in return, which means that we can amp up the prices on that. The rough estimate prices. Come on, dude!
Don't tell the elves, but all the fish are gone.
Don't tell the elves, but all the fish are gone. Finish talking already. They're in the bedroom together. Do you think about that? All right, look over documents. Here we go. They want short swords, splints, footwear, leather water skins, ammunition, seeds, cut gems, armor, large gems, rings, and musical instruments. So, rings are going to sell for just a little bit more weighted value. The thing that's really going to be expensive for them is seeds, ammunition. It looks like armor. Well, I'm not going to be selling them any armor. And footwear. I could make a bunch of shoes. Could definitely make shoes. All right, yeah, but that's basically, that's it right there. And you escape and you're done. And then we go back into Dwarf the Rapist and toggle all his carries back on. And then call it a day. There we go. Boom! All right, I don't want to look at you anymore. And then you just hit the arrow key and he'll stop following. And then everybody's going to be carrying their stuff. Everybody's carrying their stuff. What is this? Okay. What was that? There was some thing. There was like a little thing. Did you see it right there? It was like right there. I don't know what it was. I don't even know. It's concerned because that rooster and the hen are sharing a space right now. That's why it's doing that little spinny thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and make a few more of these bins. That's 6, 7, 8. There we go. And yeah, for the most part, it's just going to be getting it up and running. That's it. And this is all dug out. So now that I have all these idlers, I can go back down here to this and go DBD for dump your items, and then I just go like this. Just like that. Just dump it all. And you notice, the merchants will be leaving soon. I don't care. Go. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. And they're going to bring all that crap up here and put it away in this hole. And for my guys to use later. So, and that is pretty much, in my opinion, that is about as good as it gets. Let me go ahead and move this over here. because I didn't want that to pop up where you guys could see it. That's embarrassing. Not really. Honestly, I didn't care. All right, but we put this restraint here. Let me show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to assign an animal to this, and I'm going to put... See, I wish you could see the gender of the animal, because I got a 1 in 3 chance of putting the male there. In the event I put the male there, it's going to be difficult to procreate. All right, now effectively what he'll do is he'll detect things. Why does he keep walking away from that? I've noticed this being an issue. Like he'll put it there and then he walks it away, and then he puts it there and then he walks, and he basically goes never-ending cycle. Why? I wonder why it's doing that. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and remove that because I don't want him to do that nonstop. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put a zone right here. I'm going to put that zone right there, pen and pasture, and then I'm going to put this dog in that pen and pasture. And then that should work. The merchants have embarked on their journey. Now, there's a couple of things you can do that I would consider exploits / cheating. But I'm going to share them with you because if that's your playstyle, it's your playstyle. I ain't going to judge you. But when the merchants arrive to unload their goods, instead of coming over here and selecting your items to trade, see how it says there's no merchants trading right now, so you can't move any items right now, or selecting this, you come down here and hit X. But you have to wait until they've unloaded their goods and they're ready to trade. But when you hit X, and your building designer will run out there and he'll tear that trade depot down, and all the items that the merchants brought will drop onto the ground, and they will just stand there and look at them, and then your people will run out and pick them up, bring them inside. That is one way. If you don't have any money, or let's say you're trying to recover from a siege or something like that, you lost a lot of stuff. That is something you could do. In my opinion, it should cause some kind of conflict, especially like as far as relationships go. If you do that, then whatever merchant that you did that to, the next time he comes, if he doesn't just pass you right by, his prices will be insane. You know what I'm saying? And if you do that often enough time, they just declare war on you. I think that would be cool. But that is one little exploit you can use. Another exploit you can use, which they've kind of nerfed it a little bit, is cage traps. Cage traps used to catch anything. Whatever it was, they catch it. If it was a hostile, it would catch it. If it was a forgotten beast, if it was like a mammoth hydra with 17 heads, it would catch it in a little cage trap. So they've nerfed it a little bit. Forgotten beasts, I believe, will not get caught in a cage trap. I could be wrong on that, but yeah. But cage traps are kind of they're kind of cheesy, honestly. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to use cage traps. I will use traps, but not like cage traps. I think that's going to work out the best. Cage traps are OP. OP. So I'm going to make trap components. Like if you look over stocks, it would be under weapons, I believe, which is up here. I don't have any weapons right now. But yeah, trap components, that's going to be fun. Serrated discs, spikes, spears, things like that. I think that'll be cool. That'll be a lot of fun. There's a few things left to be moved over. Or they forgot them. Let's see what this is. Horse blood, silty clay, thrips, ichor, leather bin. Alright, so they should be moving this stuff as they get the opportunity. But right now they're too busy dumping. Alright, here's the downside. Animals have to be put outside. And once they're in a cage, they can't really get the food. So let's go ahead and move this llama. Let's put him up here. He's probably going to get picked on. But you'll see the llama right there is a bottom choice. You just enter, and they'll take him from his cage and put him in that zone. So it should be good. Yeah, there he goes right now. Got lots of stuff going on. I think this is probably a good enough place to call it. I'll go ahead and set up a few more bedrooms downstairs and identify a few more. Why is this didn't get dug out? I think I may have ruined that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and open the rest of this up since everybody's done. It should be relatively pain-free to finish this now. And I'm gonna do that and that. This should set me up bedroom-wise for a while. Yeah, definitely. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Just remember, if you want a dwarf name, go ahead and put it in the comments of episode 1. There will be a link in the description below. Feel free also to check out JuryDutySummons tutorial series, which is really good, very informative. He did a great job on it, so there's no sense in doing one myself when he did it so well in the first place. So you guys take care, and I'll talk to you turkeys on the flip side. See ya.